Okay, so why are you stealing?
Been thinking about that, Your Honor.
Hmm?
I've been thinking about it, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out because the reason why you're here in felony court is because you have a previous theft. I mean, you're 55. Why are you doing this?
Welcome to Ruling Hub, where we're diving into the case of Francisco Capasso, who stands accused of theft under $2,500, enhanced to a state jail felony. The stakes, a possible jail sentence, but there's a twist. This isn't his first rodeo. Capasso has a previous theft charge from 2008, and now in his 50s, he's back in the hot seat. What made a 55-year-old man go down this road again? Was it desperation, poor choices, or something deeper? Stay tuned as we break it all down. But first, let's get the context. Capasso has entered a plea agreement for deferred adjudication. Sounds like a break, right? But here's the kicker. If he messes up, he could end up with up to 2 years in jail. That's a lot to lose. What does the judge think? Let's find out.
Patient or community supervision with your attorney?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive the reading, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Costas, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that you were charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in a state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to?
Now we've just heard the plea details, and here's the key takeaway. Kazis is avoiding immediate jail time, but there's a major catch. His sentence could still land him in jail later if he violates his probation. Deferred adjudication sounds like a deal, but remember, the judge still has the power to throw the book at him if he screws up. The terms include 100 hours of community service and no contact with Home Depot. So what's at stake here? Kazis has everything to lose if he doesn't keep his nose clean. A classic case of one wrong move and it's back to the slammer.
Voluntarily waived his right to jury trial? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution to Home Depot. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, there is not, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Home Depot, and the anti-theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections.
All right. And for both parties, do you all have any idea of what the restitution would be, or we're going to need a restitution hearing?
If I may, Your Honor, my position, and I don't know if the state agrees, these are items that Home Depot was able to recover. So, but I surely I'll allow.
Now let's get into the heart of the matter. Why is this man stealing at 55? He's been caught with hidden items from Home Depot, and to top it off, his car's license plate was covered. A telltale sign of premeditated theft. The judge calls him out saying foolishness and selfishness, and even questions his intentions. But here's the big question for you. Do you think he's just making bad choices, or is there something more behind this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's driving cases to commit theft at this stage in life?
Attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, hopefully that the court accepts the agreement. We hope that the court accepts it. We hope that the court finds it just. There was these prior incidents, which is why we're before Your Honor. Thank you very much. Which is why we're before Your Honor. I will let the court know that he is on his own. I learned that he signed up for a HVAC, right? HVAC, through the community college. And it's not one of those where sometimes our clients tell us that they want to do something. And I was actually happy to see that he's actually registered for courses for certification. He does photography on his own with his wife, and he does construction for his family. So
the defense attorney is trying to explain Cassis's actions, stating that it's not about drugs or financial gain. So if it's not drugs, what is it? The defense mentions that Cassis has been trying to better himself by registering for HVAC courses and restoring a house. But does that excuse his criminal behavior? The judge seems to think not, calling out the absurdity of a grown man still making these choices. The tension is palpable as the judge tries to understand the why behind Cassis's actions.
How old are you?
55.
All right. So why are you stealing?
Selfish foolishness, Your Honor.
I mean, but for what purpose? I mean, I see you went to Home Depot. You paid for one item. You had other items hidden. They're saying that the license plate on your car was covered by paper. I don't know if they're saying it's a paper license plate or if you had your license plate and covered it. It appears from reading the report that you had a license plate, but you covered it with paper, which would suggest to the court that you covered it with paper because your intent was to go in the store, steal, and leave.
Foolish selfishness, Your Honor.
I mean,
Read it.
foolishness and selfishness is something that maybe teenagers do, but not in their 50s. So I'm just trying to figure out if there's a disconnect, what's going on.
As the judge presses Cassis about his past and what led him back into a life of theft, you can feel the weight of his words. At 55, this is not the time for bad judgment. So what exactly is Cassis's justification? He claims it was a lapse in judgment and regrets his actions. But come on, how much can we chalk up to bad judgment after a lifetime of making decisions? The judge's frustration is clear. This is a man who should know better. Can he change, or is this just who he is now?
So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you. Why are you stealing? For example, the items that you stole from Home Depot, why? Why those specific items?
They were there, Your Honor, and it was a lapse of reason, and I just did it, and it was something that I regret, and I want to move forward, and I don't want to be back in the system again, Your Honor.
All right, so the previous theft case that you had in 2008, why did you steal there?
Again, it was bad judgment, Your Honor. That's all I can say. It's been a long time.
But I mean, even in 2008, you're still not a teenager. I don't understand how that, and maybe you don't have an answer for me, but I don't understand how stealing translates into bad judgment. We're out here, we're making choices. Maybe we're thinking we're going to get away with the choices that we're making. I'm just trying to figure out. So when's the last time you were employed?
I've been employed, Your Honor. I do photography. I have a website. I've been doing it registered with the state business since 2015. I'm also restoring a house right now, actively.
All right, so counsel, do you know why he's stealing? Is he just, is it irresistible? What's going on?
I don't want to misrepresent to the court that I understand or know the reason why. What I did make sure to try to eliminate was, in my experience, oftentimes the stealing, the root of it oftentimes could be drugs.
Mhm.
And I was able to eliminate that as a possibility, and I hope the court agrees. But as far as the actual why, I don't know. I don't, and in my conversations with him, when I first met him and we worked together along the way, I think the court hit the nail.
The judge is clearly grappling with the weight of this case. Sentencing Cassis to deferred adjudication means he could avoid jail time, but the conditions are strict. Regular reporting, drug tests, and community service. No contact with Home Depot, and importantly, no employment in certain fields like home health care. But let's think about this. Can these measures help a man who is so clearly stuck in a cycle of poor decisions? It's a fine line between redemption and relapse.
Along the lines of thinking for a change or something along those lines that allow the individual to make better choices in certain situations. Respectively, I think if the court were to consider something like that, because I'm confident in having gotten to know my client that yes, drugs luckily is not an issue here that will complicate this case for Your Honor or for him. But something along those lines, perhaps.
All right, just one moment. Probation? In this case, do you all have some sort of class for him? His theft is not related to drugs. I don't know if there's a mental health issue. I don't know if it's irresistible to him to take items. All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. There's to be no contact and restitution to Home Depot. All right, Home Depot has done a no.
The final sentence, 4 years of deferred adjudication, but with a massive catch. If Cassis slips up, he could face 2 years in jail. And here's where it gets really interesting. His restitution is not going to Home Depot. Instead, the judge orders that he pay the restitution to the San Antonio Food Bank, a move that could reflect a shift in his mindset. But will it be enough to turn this man's life around? The clock is ticking, and it's up to Cassis now to prove he can stay on the right path.
E-course. And there should be 100 hours of community service restitution. You can either complete those service hours or you can pay it off at $7.25 per hour. I say pay it up to the San Antonio Food Bank because they usually have shortages. But if you have another charity that you would like and it is on their list, you can pay it to that charity. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
But that charity cannot be the human fund. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Which is a reference to Seinfeld.
Oh,
George did the human fund
I didn't.
and it wasn't a real charity.
I was trying to
Yeah.
process it. That's right.
And then he ended up collecting like $30,000 and it wasn't a real charity. So it has to be a
Cassis has a choice now. Follow the strict conditions of probation and take advantage of his second chance, or mess up and face serious consequences. A $500 fine, community service, and a mandatory anti-theft course are all part of his punishment. But will it work? Will he stick to the program, or is it only a matter of time before he finds himself back in court? This is a story that isn't over yet.
All right. Probation. Is there anything else he needs? I'm sorry. All right. I'll give you the anti-theft course. I don't know if the anti-theft course is going to help him though. So let me give you my anti-theft course. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Yes.
And if you go to somebody's place of business or somebody's home and they ask you to leave, leave. And don't go if you're not invited to a place. And if somebody invites you to a place and they're just taking you as a guest, make sure they're allowed to bring a +1. If they're not allowed to bring a +1, then you're not invited. Don't go. So that's my theft course.
How many months would you like?
1 month.
One.
Yes. All right. Is there anything else? Probation?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
Well, folks, that's a wrap on this case. Kedges has been sentenced to 4 years of deferred adjudication, but with a tough road ahead, with community service, probation, and restitution, he has a chance to turn things around. But will he? That's the big question. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Until next time, stay tuned for more.
Do from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could result in me going to the state jail facility for up to 2 years? If the answer is yes, don't